Hello, welcome back to another Total War multiplayer battle for Warhammer. Now, we're looking at the new Grim in the Grave DLC, which has changed everything up dramatically. We've got a new world now, my friends, and if we look at it, I've got a few new units here too. I've got zombies, which I often do bring. They're very important if you want fodder. We are fighting a battle in the woods, which can be quite difficult just because of what's going on. Let me tell you, the battle is intense. I had no clue who was going to win, and you're going to see a very interesting fight. Over here we have the Sternsmen. They are a unique group and they're very powerful too. They have anti-infantry capabilities, they have regeneration and charge defense against all. I like them quite a bit. They're a regiment of renown. Over here I have my usual cryptors. I did bring in quite a few, probably a few too many. Here's the Tithe, probably one of the best zombie units in the game. I'm just kidding, it is. Over here we do have a cap on regeneration now. Every undead or any unit in the game could only regenerate so much health. That has got to be kept in mind. If we go over here, I have my Blood Knights, who are going to be used for flanking. I'm going to use my Dire Pack too, another regiment of renown. They have anti-large, they're very fast, and again, that anti-large is very important for them. What you want to do, you want to have Knights engage, and then later use your Dire Pack to flank. If you do that, you can easily take down your enemies. They attack quickly. And for a hero, I brought in a STRIGOI GHOUL King. If I brought him on a Terror Guys, we probably would have had a much easier time. I know that in the future, I do up the gold amount for us in multiplayer battles to 15,000, so the battles will be bigger. But this battle is pretty cool too. Over here, they brought in a lot of spearmen, flagellants, who love to just freaking never die. They take forever to kill. Over here, we have more spearmen. More flagellants again. We have the silver bullets way over here. And to show you what Toshin's doing, he's using Velbat to kind of scout things out. So far, we can only find one ranged unit, the silver bullets. Back here, we've got Knights of the Blazing Sun. And if I have any regeneration going due to my Mortis engine or whatever I brought, then this flaming attacks will do even more damage to us, which is really unfortunate. If we go look over here at the other opponent that unfortunately, Toshin's having to fight. We're looking at a lot of Greatswords. He brought in a lot of Greatswords, and he would not stop. He just brought more and more and more. And he brought in Volkmar the Grim on a War Altar of Sigmar and a Bright Wizard. Halberds back here. Things get pretty nasty. Now, this player over here brought in 2 Empire Captains to use the Hold the Line ability, which is now passive. Right there. I know that we were trying to figure out if that mitigates damage or if it just kind of prevents you from going through the line. We don't actually know that right now. We're trying to figure that out. Here are more Felbats just flying around. And he has a Arch Lector. They've got 2 armies geared to fight us pretty much. It won't be easy. It won't be pretty. We were trying to use our Felbats to actually go after the Bright Wizard on the hill way over here. We wanted to try to do some damage, but I don't think we really did a lot of damage. It's really unfortunate. I'll zoom in time. As usual, we're the ones having to move. It happens every time we play. Sternsmen are going to do a great job. STRIGOI GHOUL King, they're moving in. Had I brought more Graveguard, I probably would have had a much easier time. Here's my Necromancer. Right, I didn't bring in a Mortis engine. I brought in 2 of them, I believe, or did I? Yeah, that's about right. 2 Necromancers on a corpse card. They're trying to maneuver around. I wanted to do that way we could have more regeneration. That actually came in a lot of handy. I think I end up utilizing almost all of my regeneration cap, which is a lot. Over here, we're looking at a Felbat battle. They're using banishment to destroy our Felbats. Here's the Var guys moving in, the Devils of Schwarzschafen. We're all going after that one Bright Wizard, freaking him out. He's terrified. He's freaking out. Volkmar's pretty tough, though. Probably should have committed to trying to kill him. There's some big damage. Now, let's go look at my side before things get all crazy. We're beginning to engage. I have zombies going off to fight. I'm using Bloodlust on them because I love my Tithe zombies. They're my favorite. Now he's got a lot of buffs here, doing a lot of damage. I have my Cryptors now moving in to go fight Spearmen. They've got a lot of basic infantry, but He's got so many things to support them that they can actually do quite a bit of damage and actually hold me back. You've got like the Holy Army, and then the other army is a little bit more professional and secular. We got Knights of the Blazing Sun, which were potentially a focus for that player. And then I'm back here using Blood Knights, trying to fight them in the woods, using Fellbats to also try to mitigate some damage. I went after the Silver Bullets, who are losing quickly. They were unable to fight me. Now we're surrounding Knights of the Blazing Sun, who are much stronger than I had thought they would be. I thought my Blood Knights would easily destroy them, but that was a bit difficult. Now we have more units moving in. They just had so many units to really outnumber me. Over here, we're going to watch Tokshin fight. Hold on. Let's go check out what's happening for him. He's fighting Spearmen. He's using Skeleton Warriors as a buffer for that. We look over here. He's got a Corpse Cart with an Unholy Lodestone. That's pretty powerful, actually. Vigor Mortis, more melee attack and more melee defense, a great aura to have. And then I don't really know how he's going to do fighting that many Greatswords. I mean, that's actually kind of challenging. If we look down here, unfortunately, his Strigoi Ghoul King, I don't know if he got trapped or what, was surrounded by several Halberds and Volkmar the Grim. Two things you do not want. Down here, we're still trying to get the Bright Wizard. I don't know if we ever do fully do that. Let's go back down. And things are pretty nasty right now. Invocation of Nehek to heal up his own units. Over here, we've got Knights and Blood Knights all fighting. They kind of entrapped me for a time. They made it very hard for me to keep on fighting, and the line over here doesn't really budge much. I mean, we have equivalent zombies on the Empire side called Flagellants, and they do not stop. Sternsmen are getting to move in. I'm using my Bloodlust from my Strigoi Ghoul King. You do want that ability. It does not cost you any magic at all. No mana. That means you can keep on casting after every freaking cooldown. And I love that. That Lector just really came in to bother me. He kept on buffing things. Here's my king, just killing a few people for fun. A bit like that, yeah. Blood Knights are back over here. They're trying to break out. That's what I wanted to do. We killed a lot of Knights of the Blazing Sun. I probably should have had my Fellbats go over there to go beat them. Or those aren't mine, actually. The Dire Pack killed 27, which for Knights being killed is pretty good. We're still fighting pretty hard. We've killed a lot. We've got to kill a lot more, though. The Flagellants are still over there, keeping me busy. My Cryptories are in the middle. If you go look at my regeneration, we're continuing to do that. It's very important that I continue to regenerate no matter what I do. Strigoi Ghoul King regenerating. Everyone is regenerating. That is pretty much why I keep up the entire time, because I'm able to regenerate, and the damage output wasn't enough to really break me completely. I think the Tokshin side, he had too many Skeleton Warriors where he couldn't beat the Greatswords. Crypt Ghouls really cannot do much against a Greatsword group. Yeah, they can debuff, but their actual damage is not really that impressive. The Var guys are taking way too much damage. They should be flanking other units. And over here, we got more Crypt Horrors fighting, but too many Greatswords, and eventually they will overwhelm things. That Bright Wizard freaking made it, though. I was pretty upset about that. I was really hoping that maybe, you know, the Bright Wizard would die, but definitely not. All right, let's go back to the battle. Check out things over here. Knights of the Blazing Sun. The Fellbats are still fighting. They're expendable. Now, if our enemies brought more range, then Fellbats would be more handy. I like to bring them because of all the range that enemies can bring. I find that very fun. I find that to be impressive, even. Empire Captains are also incredibly annoying. He brought in more heroes than I did. They're fighting my Dire Pack. I think my micromanagement was beginning to suffer here a little bit. I was having a very hard time trying to get away. My Blood Knights are getting destroyed. I nearly had them all, but we didn't quite get them just because of all the Flagellants just really entangling me. But if we look over here, I've got my Sternsmen, 82 kills total so far. Barely anyone dead. Regeneration, very good. Right over here. I'm having my king fight with him. We took some big damage for a time. We're fighting the Lector. I'm trying to surround him and kill him. Killing him would be great. I don't know if he actually manages to get out. I guess we'll find out. What a nasty battle for an Lector. Covered in blood. You've got enemies all over here. We've got Crypt Hordes. I think I really just wanted to kill him. I really did. I wanted that guy gone. I hated him so much. We're still going for it. If we kill him, that'll change up the battle. He's beginning to rout. We're still trying to do some damage. I'm trying to get my king on him. And I keep using Invocation of Nehek wherever I can, just to make sure I'm healing up. At least I should be. One unit's been wiped out. It's very important that we make sure that the Archlector's dead, even though I'm kind of ignoring what's going on over here. We have cleaned up a lot of our enemy, and I mean a lot. But I'm also deeply hurt. If you go look at the numbers right now, we're looking pretty bad. They're looking pretty bad, but we're losing so many more right now. And I'm using now my Crypt Hordes to go fight over here to go fight more Flagellants who are just kind of sticking around, being annoying. The Blood Knights kind of fell apart. They were no longer viable as a unit. They tried. They fought for a long time. I brought in so many Crypt Hordes though, and they were all together, and they were all healing. I mean, look at that. They just keep on healing. Even though I beat my player largely, they still had an Empire Captain. They still had Flagellants over here for me to fight. We had a few more units in the woods who were just off to the side, who were, you know, routed for a short time, but not fully gone. Over here, we have more Spearmen, more Skeleton Warriors. We're looking at more Greatswords, and again, this is where Tokshin was like, I don't know, man. Things are looking kind of bad. They had so many men left. I was really worried. I thought we lost the entire battle. I had no idea if that was it or not, because, I mean, I'm looking kind of beat up. But I am regenerating. The only reason why I was able to kind of rebuild for a future fight. I should have committed my Crypt Hordes to charging in and out a little bit more over here, but if you look at my kills, we got quite a few kills. Usually kills aren't very high before a battle ends, but when you have that many zombie-like units like they did, then yeah, you're going to get a lot more kills. We'll just keep on exploding Flagellants while we're here.
Kill everything!
They're fighting my zombies, and my zombies are doing alright. They're trying. Yep, as I often do. I'm casting a spell to make sure that I can win. We've got regeneration happening. Masters of the Dead. Yeah, look at that. That's probably where I think maybe they were able to do some more damage to me due to that vulnerability to fire. Empire Captain fled. I don't know if he did give him potions or what, but they should have been able to last for a lot longer. He probably should have committed them earlier on to fight me, but he didn't really do that. And right now we're just fighting a few Flagellants, and right now we've got a new enemy beginning to form up. We've got Tokshin moving the remainder of his soldiers back over here, Necromancers, and that alone can be a great boon just to have more regeneration on my side. He's losing the remainder of his own soldiers over here, losing a Unholy Lodestone cart, which is really a great loss. But he kept on to his king. His king took a lot of damage early on, but he kept on. And he summoned in some Skeleton Warriors, or I mean, I have to assume because that's a pretty full group. And he's charging in repeatedly, which is what you want to do when you have a flying mount. If you're not entangled, you charge in repeatedly. The Bright Wizard didn't really do too much. Is he trying to buff him? Yeah. He's got a buff over here. Yeah, Volkmar is fantastic for buffing up your army. I mean, he can keep it up for a long time. The man can keep it up for a long time. Let's go look at what's happening right now. I'm beginning to reform. I'm fighting a few other groups right now. I'm having my Sternsmen come over here to finish off a group of Spearmen. Only 59 are left in that group. Not a lot. We've got 112 kills. We're still regenerating. We don't have a lot of regeneration cap left. Or actually we do. But we're halfway through it. We've burned through a lot of it. Imagine if I didn't have that, how much damage I would have taken. I would have taken so much more damage. You've got to utilize regeneration, even with a cap for the vampire counts. You've got to have that. That is 2,938 health that I would not have otherwise had. We've got Flagellants coming to fight me still. We've got one spell that went awry. That's really sad for him. It hit a tree. Wow, only you can commit to forest fires. Shame on you, bro. It's Volkmar's looking pretty weak, but he was able to kind of get behind the enemy lines. We lost another group of Skeleton Warriors, but they got 61 kills. Not bad for a group of Skeleton Warriors. Over here, I'm trying to finish up the Spearmen. That's happening. We're all lining up. We're all getting ready. I look like I'm done for with the sheer amount that they have here. All the Greatswords? Yeah, man, they have a lot of Greatswords. I don't even know what's going to happen at this point. I'm trying to remember, but we're about to find out in 2 minutes. I'm heavily outnumbered, too, I might add. Completely and heavily outnumbered. We've got one devil, right? We've got only one devil. We're still healing up. They're charging in now at a few locations. We're looking at Greatswords going after my zombies and cutting them down, which isn't too difficult. Good on you, buddy. Killing my Greatswords. But that is why you always want them as a buffer. Otherwise, I mean, they would have a charge bonus of a 20 coming in and hitting me. And that would be terrible. My Sternsmen are moving in. I'm giving them armor piercing plus 20%. They were charged at a little bit, but now they're fighting back. They have anti-infantry, which is just so powerful. Look at that. A 9 bonus. That's why you always want to buff them up. The bar guys are still around. We've got... Do we have a devil up? STRIGOI Ghoul King is heading back into battle by Tokshin. They're buffing up heavily, though. I mean, heavily. Oh, he bashed back that Ghoul King. To let you know, my current build here is what I would like to call, much to the groans and unhappiness of Tokshin, STRIGOI Boy Basham. That is my build name. That is exactly what's going on here. If I had my Blood Knights, we'd be in a better position. But Tokshin here is really utilizing what he has left. He's doing a great job at charging in. Is really causing a lot of issues to leadership. If you look at it, they're beginning to chain fell. Their leadership is felling right now. I just want to go ahead and show you what's going on here so that we understand. Actually, I might need to pause just to kind of show you what's going on. Let's go look at their leadership right now. They took a lot of damage. They have friends beginning to rout. They're attacked to end the flank. They are exhausted. And they just really cannot do it. They're also losing a battle. They're fighting tougher crypt horrors who might begin to lose eventually, but for the initial fight, they're doing a lot better. They have armor piercing and poison attacks. Not only that, they are regenerating. You have humans, just like in any lore battle where you mentioned the frickin' vampire counts, you have humans getting tired who can't endure the battle any longer. Not to mention, Tokshin did an incredible job going after their leaders, just making sure, and we did get Volkmar the Grim. Now that is why they were beginning to lose. Had they not lost Volkmar, they might have been okay, but look at all the leaders we have left. I've got my STRIGOI King. We've got 2 Necromancers over here, 3 total. We've got a STRIGOI Ghoul King, because I know our opponent wasn't happy about the leadership loss and them actually losing the fight, but we had so many more. We had so many more leaders, and we were outnumbered, but we won that battle. Let's go look at the numbers real quick. My Blood Knights got a lot of kills. They were overwhelmed eventually, but they got a lot of kills, 84-130. Crypt Horse did an incredible job because of who I was fighting. If we had ranged units, they probably would have been torn up. But look at them. They're at near full health. We had all that regeneration. My Sternsmen were back up at nearly full health. My Tithe were there. Nearly 100 kills for zombies. My Necromancer, 13, 5 kills. STRIGOI Ghoul King, nearly all healed up, 86 kills. Over here for Tokshin, we're looking at... Oh, he brought in 3 cards. I didn't actually know that. That is a lot. All right. He didn't really get a lot of kills, but he was able to really damage a very tough foe. The Var guys were fantastic for him to use. His Ghoul King, he utilized a great effect because, I mean, keep in mind, that will cause fear and terror. Over here, we're looking at our holy foes like Rostov. 2 Empire Captains, quite a few kills, not enough. Arch Lector, not enough kills at all. He let him die way too soon. I mean, early on, he broke. Had that not happened, I think their game would have been a lot different. He brought in a lot of basic soldiers. He focused on bringing in a lot of Knights of the Blazing Sun, who I countered in the very beginning, or they would have done more damage. And then Ecclesia, all great swords, a lot of damage, but couldn't keep it up. Volkmar the Grim, though, very strong. That is actually a lot of kills for one leader. And that's really it for our current multiplayer battle. Thank you for watching, and look forward to more content, and let us know about any pairings that you want to see in battle. I even have a 1 versus 1 coming up. And thank you for those of you who have donated to my Patreon. It's been a really great help, and I really appreciate you. And as always, until then.